Yeah, I want to talk about something that's going on in gardening, and I call it money gardening. And what I mean by that is people are spending endless amounts of money to figure out if they enjoy gardening or if they don't enjoy gardening. They're buying these galvanized raised beds, they're buying incredible amounts of compost, they're buying all these expensive seeds, they're doing all these things. And at the end of the day, there's an equation that might not work out for them, and that is that they've spent $1,850 to get themselves set up to start gardening. Now, $1,850 can buy lots of fruits and vegetables. So if you only do this gardening process for 1 year, you've actually probably spent that money for nothing. There's nothing better than growing your own food. Do not get me wrong. It is incredibly powerful when you can grow your own fruits and vegetables. You understand the origin of those fruits and vegetables, where they came from, what was used to get them to grow. All those things are incredibly beneficial. The reason for this video is start small. Buy a couple of packages of seeds. Buy some fruit trees. Put all your money into the vegetation itself. Don't spend all this money on all these things that are accessories for gardening. In the first year, you want to find out if you actually enjoy gardening, if it is too hot for you to go outside during the evening or during the day, if you have the time to water your plants when they need it. All those things are a lifestyle. Do you have enough time? Do you have enough resources to keep your plants alive? Are you willing to make these time sacrifices in your garden? These expensive accessories should be in year 2, 3, when you understand that you love gardening and that you're getting results. There's a lot of people that will garden, and the main sticking point is that they're not capable of growing anything. They don't have any luck growing stuff. They don't understand that when the seedlings start to pop out of the ground, that they need special care. All those things happen when you're starting to understand what gardening actually is. So whatever you do, keep your money close at hand. Buy only the things you need. Use the soil you have, condition the soil you have, improve the soil you have. Do all those things for the first 2 years, 3 years, so that you can understand, yes, I really like gardening. I'm going to make this my primary hobby or my secondary hobby. I'm going to involve my children. I'm going to involve my grandparents, whatever it may be. Try it out first. Keep your money invested in plant material itself. Buy those fruit trees. Have 10 fruit trees in your garden before you buy these raised beds or make these raised beds. Grow, 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 and see if you're any good at it. See if you enjoy it. That is very important. And it is turning into this commercial endeavor. Gardening is all about advertising, selling you something, making sure that you understand that, you know, if you had this, your garden would grow incredibly well. That's what gardening is right now. It's turning into a money trap. And learn the essence of creating great soil, how seeds germinate. Learn all those things first before you get deeply involved in the financial aspect of creating these gardens. When you're starting a garden and you are trying to learn certain things and understand certain things, start small. But when you start small, really focus on those 10 square meters. Do a great job. Figure it out how you can make those 10 square meters into a productive zone where you can get lots of fruits and vegetables out of that area. Then next year, do another 10 meters. You don't need all this fancy equipment. You need a pitchfork. You need to start composting, trench composting, whatever you have to do to improve that soil. You can do that in a secondary location. But start to get your ground working. Start to get everything that you need to learn into your head, how it works. What happens when you put these seeds in the ground? What do they do? How do they germinate? how do I have to look after them? Start small, start smart, and be very efficient in those 10 meters. If you can be very efficient in 10 meters, square meters, you can be very efficient in 100 square meters. So that is the concept. Start off in such a way that you don't spend a lot of money, but you are learning the tricks of the trade. There is so much information available to you, it's everywhere. And this information can help you become a better gardener. It can help you understand what it is you need to do. It'll make you understand how important your soil is. It'll make you understand that there's an energy equation in gardening. Energy in equals energy out. And that energy has to constantly be upbooted, rebooted, and you have to add materials to that to keep that cycle going. That is the hardest part about gardening, is keeping your garden in a forward motion and keeping your garden healthy. Growing your own food, there is no better reward than that. And you can start with vegetables that germinate very quickly, turn into food in 25 days, and that will save on your grocery bill. So you learning the process of harvesting your own vegetables will make you addicted to this process of growing your own food. And guess what? You know the origin of your own food. That is very important, is that, you know, you're saying to yourself, okay, I know exactly where this food is coming from. I know exactly what it was fertilized with. I know exactly that I didn't use any pesticides or herbicides. And those things are more satisfying than anything else. Let's say you buy 4 yards of really great compost. You add that to your bed. The problem is, and a lot of gardeners are finding this out, they don't know the origin of that 4 yards of compost. Where did it come from? How was it made? What is inside this material? A lot of the reputable soil companies will actually do tests on their material, and they know where that soil originated. So it's really important for you to understand that self-sufficiency in your garden, without spending a lot of money, is the best way to garden as a new gardener, and even a gardener who's been doing this for many years. Yeah, it's interesting to me that, you know, we have to understand that gardening is about experimentation. If you are a new gardener, it's really important for you to start experimenting. That is more important than you going out and spending a lot of money. The moment you start growing something in your garden, the moment your garden starts to improve itself. That is really important to understand, that growing life improves the soil in many ways. So start the process of growing, and you will experience a very different type of gardening. And you will have this circular motion going on where you actually understand that if I have something in the ground, it is more valuable than buying all this expensive, you know, stuff that makes my gardening process a lot easier. Raised beds, I have no problem with raised beds, but do that in year 2, 3, or 4. And start growing in the ground and experience what roots do to soil. Experience what plant diversity does to your garden. Experience how wildlife gets attracted. Experience all that in the first 2, 3 years of your gardening ventures. Money, sure, money can buy you a great garden, but is that the best way to get to that real oasis in your backyard or front yard? Maybe not. Maybe it's more about getting your soil in the soil ready instead of raising the soil up with these expensive aluminum containers. So when you start in such a way that you're learning more than spending more. So this idea of being a cost-efficient new gardener or experienced gardener might make you understand that there's a process of gardening that will help you a lot more than having all this fancy equipment. Okay.